Hi, I'm Barbara Bruce, and welcome to Get Out, a weekly virtual broadcast where we invite you to grab your friends and family, your car keys, fill up the gas tank, and get out with us somewhere in the White Mountains. And we are out today. In fact, we're at Perkins Cinders at a cinder pit. I've always wanted to know where it was, other than just in my bird's eye view. And I'm with Brandon Perkins. Hi.
Good morning, Barbara.
You know, your dad started this in 1971. That's a long time ago, but he only started with one truck, I understand. Is that right?
That's right. One little backhoe and one little six-wheeler dump truck.
Really? And today, how many locations do you have?
We have a location in Taylor, one in Springerville, this one in Show Low, and one in Linden.
That is amazing. And I understand that you just bought something out towards the Y?
Yeah, we have a pit out there we'll be starting as well.
That's unreal. When I first came to Arizona, everybody said, you know, you have to get cinders. And I went, cinders? What are cinders? And we have so many new people that have come up here. And I'm sure that they are learning that they need something, but they're not quite sure. So today, we're going to take a tour, and you're going to tell us all about this, right?
You bet. We've shipped cinders all the way to New York City.
Oh, no, that's unreal.
Yep.
Like paste pecani sauce.
we have what you need.
Good.
We do.
Let's go see it all.
All right.
You have no idea, looking from the road, that this is all going on.
Everybody that comes here says the same thing.
We are at the beginning, Brandon, and I didn't know there was a beginning. This looks like a rock wall. Is it going to last? How long? How long can we keep this rock and actually have production?
It's amazing how fast you go through it and how many acres it takes to do what you do. It just goes out the gate every day.
This is so amazing. So out of all of this rock that we're surrounded by right now, it makes multiple products.
This is our basalt rock, not necessarily a cinder product. But we make our aggregates for ready mix out of it, chip seals, slurry seals, driveways, riprap, you know, for erosion. It has multiple uses.
That is absolutely amazing. And how long have you owned this property?
This particular piece, not that long. I think we're on our third year in this hole. Right.
Really? That's incredible. I know that if you look from Silver Lake Estates over this way, you see a cinder pit, and you have no idea that all of this is here.
You don't. We make so many different products, from topsoil to boulders and everything in between, and we produce it most of it all right here.
And you know, one of the things that I was surprised about is that you don't just deliver product, you have a lot of other services that you actually offer.
We do. We have cranes, we do transport, we do dirt work and grading, we sell ready mix, we sell asphalt, pretty much anything to do with dirt, we're going to play in it.
And we were talking as we were driving up here that as children, your sisters and brothers, you all got up here and you got to do the fun stuff that kids like to do but never usually even think of doing.
That's correct. We had a very good time growing up here.
What'd you do?
We still enjoy it.
You still enjoy it? You're still playing?
Still playing in the dirt, yeah.
I love it. Well, let's go see some of this dirt.
Let's go.
Brandon, where are we headed now?
We'll head to the top of the mountain up here where we just got done drilling for our next blast, and we can see the holes and from the top of the mountain. And then we'll come and pick the rock up and take it to the crusher.
That's incredible. I can't wait to see the crusher. Brandon, I'm amazed because we were down at the bottom and now we're up at the top, and it looks like there are rows and rows of ant hills.
Those are all the blast holes. We're going to blast this next week. I believe it's about 75,000 cubic yards, and it all goes off pretty much at once.
And because the forest is right next to you, you don't have to worry about the neighbors, right?
Don't have to worry about the neighbors chiming, no.
That is incredible.
When it goes, it pulls it all to the center, and there's a great big pile.
How far down do you drill?
These holes are 60 feet.
Really? And who does this?
An outside contractor that we hire.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yep.
So I bet it makes a lot of noise.
It's not as loud as it used to be in the movies. It's mainly fertilizer and diesel fuel now. It just kind of has a thud to it.
So if there are any talent scouts out there that are trying to do a movie and need something like this would be a good place to
It
come.
would be a good place. In the old days, we used to blast the top of the pit, and there's holes in the roof of the shop where
Really?
boulders fell through the roof, and it's a different process now. It breaks it up a lot better without throwing it everywhere like you would imagine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's go see some
Let's
more.
go.
Woo! Brandon, where are we headed next? What's the process?
So we just left the source, the pit where we blast, and we're going down the haul road to the crusher.
I can't wait to see the crusher because we saw it as we were heading up the hill, but oh my goodness, that thing is active, very active, big, big rocks.
Big cookie monster, I guess. Just eats the rocks right up.
It does. I think that most people will be surprised to see what really comes out of this, the end product.
Yeah, how you start with a boulder like that and turn it into something that you want to walk down your driveway.
That is just incredible. And you know, that's another thing we'll be talking about is the fact that most people don't know what they need on their driveway. They don't know the difference. And I know the first time someone mentioned to me that I needed cinders because I had such soft soil, you would almost sink in the soil. But after the cinders got on there, it was great, but I had no idea how much I needed or how to measure. So we'll talk about that as well. And you can help women understand that too, is that correct?
We can. The women have no problem.
Thank you.
This is the surge pile where we bring that rock. And if some of the boulders are too big, we need them to be about a 2.5 foot minus. If they're too big, we have to hammer them up and break them. That's just called a hammer on an excavator. And he'll get them to where they'll fit in the crusher. And then this loader, hopefully we can see right here coming. He'll come pick it up and head to the crusher with it.
That is amazing. How much equipment do you have out here?
I couldn't tell you.
Wow, there's a lot.
It takes a whole lot.
How many employees do you have?
We're running about 70 employees between everybody, the office help and drivers. And we'll see if we can see this loader here. He'll pick up the shot rock or the blasted rock like he's doing.
So easily.
Yeah, you tell him not to ruin tires. Those tires are about $7,500 a piece.
You know, now I'm understanding the cost of the rock and everything that we order.
It takes millions of dollars worth of equipment just to turn the key on. And everything's diesel, it wears out. It is very expensive.
That is amazing. But to think that your dad started out with literally nothing and it's turned into this, it's just amazing.
It is. What we had as kids here, you'll watch that loader, he'll dump that into the feeder there. And then right behind that big yellow plate is what we call a jaw crusher. And those large rocks will fall in there, and it's just moving real fast like that, and it'll smash those rocks. And if you can see to the end of that belt, you know, you saw the large rocks back there. After they go through that jaw crusher, they come out and they're a lot smaller. And then they travel up that belt to the shaker that's really making a lot of movement over there. And if it doesn't go out and make product, we have to use a different kind of crusher. It's called a cone crusher, and you can see the rocks falling in the top. They'll get crushed up in there and come back, and they'll go through the same process again until they'll fall through the screen to go make different products.
But that machine knows if something will not go through it properly and divert it.
It's set in an adjustment. All our products are a 1" minus that we're making right now. So we'll set that crusher to make everything a 1" minus, so when it goes back, it will fall. If we're making a 1" rock or a 3/4 rock, I'll pull over here to our chips. Of course, you have sand, and you know, people want 1" rock for your driveway, and you have all the sizes, and they have different uses. This right here is chips throughout the city of Show Low and the counties. When they do a chip seal, that's the rock that they use.
My goodness, I always wondered what chip seal looked like.
Yeah, we use that in our concrete rock as well. And over here we have a 1" rock, 3/4 to 3/8, 2", you know, all the way up to big riprap. And this pile in front of us here is a cinder. It's a black cinder, and that particular pile is made to go to the block plant to make our cinder blocks that everybody on the mountain uses.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. In fact, it looks finely crushed.
Yep, it's a 3/8 down to 1/8 inch to make the blocks light, and also the color when they do the split face. This would be a driveway rock right here, the most popular size, 3/4 to 3/8. If your base is good, maybe you put some bigger stuff down first. This is a very nice top coat for it. People really like that. This pile's a leach rock. If you're doing a septic system, that's the product you would use to put in your leach lines. This other pile is an ABC pile, spec ABC. You'd put it underneath asphalt or concrete or even on a driveway. This is another leach pile. I believe we carry around 80 products, 86 products. You know, this is cinder sand in front of us here, the red pile, and it comes out of the mountain. We have to mine it accordingly, but a lot of people use that for utilities, like the electric company. That's what they want their conduits bedded and shaded in, you know. This pile is recycled concrete. We bring in, you know, a sidewalk, or people bring in their concrete, and we'll crush it and reuse it, and that's a wonderful product as well.
That's a great way to do that, isn't it?
All the concrete gets recycled up here. We can pull the steel out and turn it back in and put it back to work.
What a surprise.
This is kind of our red part of the whole pit here. You can kind of look up how it basically stays in the red color, and we'll put the big dozer up there and push it off, and then the loaders pick it up just like we saw. And this is just a different crusher that we have on this side of the mountain, and they basically make the same products here, but they're just red in color.
You know, speaking of color, I noticed that when I looked on your web page, pretty much every page tells the customer if they are looking for a certain color that they need to come in, because people think that if they order the same product that it's going to be exactly the same.
It definitely changes, and generally it is what we would call red, or black. And if you are very particular, yes, we don't want to deliver a load of rock and have to come back and get it. You can come into our office downtown, or you can come out here to the pit in the scale house and take a peek there.
I like that, because when I walked in, I saw that you had all these jars, so there's a bit of samples so that people can actually take a look-see.
They can, and we have, there again, we have so many products, and there's bins down here of different products that we bring in from our other locations. From Taylor, for instance, we have a totally different rock down there. It's mainly what we call river rock, and we'll bring it up in our concrete sand and mortar sand, and we dump it in those bins down there, and you can come and get that. We have granite from all over the state. Table Mesa rock comes from by Phoenix, but it's a use up here, and people want it, and we supply it.
You know, you mentioned granite, and one of the things that I found when I moved to Lakeside, my garden, they had put granite all through it. And so when I called to see about it, I found out how much more expensive it was, but it's beautiful.
It's a nice product, and it boils down to trucking. That drives the price. But we have it, and we have it in multiple sizes. People want it. We try and have everything that people need. There again, from topsoil to boulders. If you're doing a spec job or landscaping, we try and have it all.
You know, it's amazing to me when I think about the landscaping, because a lot of people think that, you know, you're going to spread this for them. And you do try to accommodate people when you're doing a driveway or some things by letting the tailgate down and letting it out slowly, if possible. I know that when I had some put in my backyard, there was a tree in the way, so they couldn't go all the way, and I had to make sure that I had somebody to spread it.
We just spread as a courtesy, and the drivers are very good at it. They do it every day. They take pride in it. They want to do you a good job. We don't charge any extra for it. And to have a 25-ton load spread that you don't have to shovel would make anybody's day. But yeah, just tip your driver if he does you a good job, and it saves a whole lot of work. If we can, if there's not power lines or trees. These are the various bins of different products that we might import. This comes from Taylor, this comes from Taylor. This comes from over by New Mexico. That's the Table Mesa that comes from down by Phoenix.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's coarse granite, there's fine granite. We'll round the corner here.
Ooh, I love that coarse granite. Let's go back.
Let's go back.
That's nice stuff.
It's a beautiful
It
product.
is absolutely gorgeous. And even this, it sparkles.
It does. It has a shine to it.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is great. This is so good. If somebody can come and see this, they would be surprised, but then they would know what they really want.
Well, yeah, we've got what you want. Yep. So we'll round the corner, and there's a topsoil mulch for your gardens, lawns. It's really good stuff. We blend a lot of different things in there, forest mulch, and this is straight mulch right here. And then we get into topsoil, our sands, from all kinds of uses. There's mortar sand that you'd use to put blocks together. Concrete sand we'd make concrete out of, or a lot of people put their pavers on top of it. And then our river rock, and it's all in sizes, 3/8, ½ inch, 3/4, and 1 inch, even up to the larger cobble rock.
And of course, that's where you guys come in, because sometimes we think we know what we want. We have no idea, really.
Yeah, we can help you. This is where we make our ready mix. We got in the ready mix business probably 9 years ago, and we've set this operation up, and we sell quite a bit of ready mix.
It's a given, really, for what you do.
It's what we do. Yep. It all goes together, so.
Perfect complement.
This is another basalt pit that we mine. It's a lot deeper than the other one. You can see this road right here. It's basically as steep as we can drive and come out. We have to back our haul trucks down there. And actually my wife was here when we did this, and she drives those trucks, and we'll drive them down there and then load them with the excavator and climb out. We still need to blast this section right here, but you can see the veins, and this rock is so hard, so heavy duty. It doesn't wear out, it stays in place. You know, hard rain. It's just as good a rock as you can get, basically.
That's incredible. And I wondered, with the monsoon that we've had, just what kind of work day you guys have.
Yeah, when it rains, it might stop us for a little bit, but all the roads, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of miles of road, and they all need product.
I know that there are people that are watching this that are saying, I had no idea that this was back here, right here in Navajo County and also over in Apache County. It's amazing.
We're actually in the city limits right here.
We're in the city
Just
limits.
barely, but we're in the city limits.
We feel like
But
we're way out somewhere.
We do try and keep it where it's not too noisy or dusty, we water the roads and do reclamation when we're done and put it back.
Brandon, this was quite the tour today. I'm glad I didn't wash my hair or you wash your truck.
It stays dirty.
It does. If people want to come in and they don't want to do the tour, they can actually, you can look at some of these. In fact, it's not all that you have, but it is a good variety, right?
Yeah, it's a good enough place to look without getting in the way of too much things. And you come here to the pit or to the office downtown behind Shola Ford.
Well, this is totally incredible. I have had quite an education today. And for all those people that are getting ready, it did snow yesterday at sunrise, which is pretty indicative of the kind of winter that we're supposed to have. So a lot of people are getting ready. They have dirt. They don't have a good driveway, so they can come and find out what they can put in the driveway that's best, because all driveways are not alike. Is that correct?
That's correct. If you have a steep driveway or a driveway through kind of a marshy area, you want to use different material.
Is it a good idea to maybe take a picture with your cell phone and bring it in when you come over here?
It is.
Oh,
it is.
Okay.
Wonderful.
How much material do you ship out of here every day?
Every day. Well, we're going to be, between all of our operations, close to 500,000 tons.
This is incredible, right here in the White Mountains of Arizona. Brandon, I am so amazed at the operation that you have here. And your dad, you just have to look at him every day and think what an amazing human being he was to come up with something like this and for you all to grow it into what it is today.
We'll never fill his shoes, but there again, our employees are just a blessing. We love them.
Well, I think the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So thank you for this tour. And if you need to get your driveways or your roads ready, guess what? You can come here.
Come and see us.